Das ist schon Fahrkunstabilität. Loses control. Da sind sie nebeneinander zu zweit. Zum Glück.
The Drivers' Championship and the Team Championship may be decided, but it is far from all over. The Rookie Championship and the Pro-Am Championship is still wide open, and qualifying this morning has thrown a whole new complexion on that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hockenheimring for this, the final round of the 2022 Porsche Carrera Cup Germany season. Race 15 today, race 16 tomorrow, the final two races of what has been a phenomenal season. The 33rd season for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany has been spectacular, one of the most competitive in the history, and a big crowd are in to witness here this weekend. Lauren Heinrich, the new champion, who will be starting this race. But the outgoing champion, Larry Tenforder, wants to finish on a high, and he's going all the right ways about it. He's put the car on pole position for this, the final weekend of the season. The outgoing rookie champion, Luke Hartog, also wants to finish the season on a high, and he has qualified third. And this man, Bastian Buus, the newest winner in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, has qualified as second on the grid, and he has been incredibly competitive all season long. In qualifying this morning, he and Larry Tenforder were trading fastest time, and eventually came down in favour of Larry Tenforder. But Bastian Buus backs off for nobody, as indeed is the case with Lurk Hartog for Black Falcon Racing. He was the quickest in free practice yesterday, and he's been there or thereabouts at the top of the timesheets ever since he arrived here on Thursday. Dylan Pereira lines up fourth on the grid. He wants to finish this season off on a high, and he has his eyes still on second place in the championship. He is just 5 points behind his great rival, Larry Tenforder, the man who is the new champion with the gold and black livery in celebration. The Porsche Junior, Lauren Heinrich, he clinched it with 1 round remaining at the Sachsenring last time out. It was a double win for Lauren Heinrich, and that was enough to seal the title of champion for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany 2022. It is the end of a long, hard season, but it has been enthralling. Conditions are perfect. The air temperature 19.2 degrees centigrade. The track 24.3 degrees centigrade. Now, we mentioned the Rookie Championship. Huub van Eindhoven. He is second in the rookie standings, just 6 points behind Lorcan Hannafin. But Huub van Eindhoven has out-qualified his rival. Eindhoven starts 6th on the grid, and Lorcan Hannafin starts 9th. So Hannafin has it all to do if he wants to take this rookie championship. The points that he leads by, those 6 points, will disappear in an instant if he makes a mistake. And he needs to get on top of Huub van Eindhoven early on in this race and get in front of him. Looking there at the number 45 car, Glenn van Parijs, guesting from the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux Series, is where he has finished second this year. He was in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany back in 2018 for MRS Racing, and he's guesting for ID Racing, a team that is very much related to MRS, and he has been brilliant in qualifying. He has done really well, qualifying towards the front of the grid up on the 4th row. We also welcome Gisela Cordeel for Team GP Elite, another guesting driver from Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux, and he finished 3rd in their series, and he joins us on the grid for this race. The Pro-Am Championship, another one that is going to go to the wire. Defending champion Carlos Rivas trails championship leader Jan-Erik Sloten by 18 points. But once again, we have backward qualifying because Sloten lines up 28th on the grid. Rivas is 21st, so he has an opportunity to retain his Pro-Am title, the most successful Pro-Am driver in the history of Carrera Cup Germany. There is Lorcan Hanavin. Give us a wave. Hello, Lorcan, all the way from the United Kingdom, a driver that is turning heads and making the headlines, and he would love to make the headlines here at the Hockenheimring by taking the Rookie Championship. His father wants him to clinch the championship today because he's not here tomorrow. He's here, he's away on other business, and he wants to be part of the celebrations. But as already mentioned, it's far from all over, particularly with Huub van Eindhoven starting much further forward on the grid. You're looking there at Maurice Schering, one of the talent pool drivers, another one of the many chargers and revelations in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Still looking for his first win. He's had a couple of second places, he's had a pole, but still Maurice Schering looking for that first win. There is Jukka Honkavuori in the ID racing car. Jukka Honkavuori, another regular person on the grid of Carrera Cup Germany. It is a packed grid of 32 cars. It is one of the most spectacular sights in motor racing, in my humble opinion. If you've never witnessed a Carrera Cup event live, I would really recommend you do it. There is Carlos Rivas, defending Pro-Am champion. Thumbs up from Carlos. Talking to him earlier, he said, I just need to stay out of trouble and bring the points home. If he can stay in front of Jan-Erik Sloten, this will go down to the final race of the season, which takes place tomorrow afternoon. The engines are running. There is our pole sitter, Larry Tenforder, Bastian Boos alongside him, who will, no doubt, give Larry Tenforder all the attention that he can over the next 30 minutes plus one lap. We will have a formation lap that will start in a few moments. Then it's a clutch start for these cars. The roar is absolutely deafening as 32 Porsche Carrera Cup cars burst into life and roll off the grid on their formation lap here at the Hockenheimring. 4.57 kilometers around, 17 turns, 9 to the right and 8 to the left. Beware of turn 6, the hairpin quartz controversy. There's a very high-speed parabolica that leads up to it, then heavy braking. It's one of the best overtaking opportunities on the circuit. It also absolutely quartz controversy. Let's have a look at the starting grid. Larry Tenforder on pole position. The young charger, Bastian Boos alongside. Row 2, Luc Hartog and Dylan Pereira for Iron Force Racing by Phoenix. Lauren Heinrich, the new champion. Huub van Eindhoven, the leading rookie on row 3. Row 4, Alex Tauscher, good qualifying from him. And the guesting, Glenn van Parijs in the number 45 car. Lorcan Hanavin down on row 5 with Maurice Schering alongside him. Then Jukka Honkavuori, Rudy Van Buren a long way back by his standards. Ariel Levy and Lucas Ertel occupy row 7. And row 8 of the grid, Alex Fack and Gisela Cordeel. Welcome, Gisela. Great to have you on the grid for this event. Lucas Grunewald, Jesse Van Kuyk line up on row 9. And row 10, Richard Wagner and Dan Van Kuyk in the other of the GP Elite racing cars. Carlos Rivas, leading Pro-Am driver, and Jan Seifert on row 11. Row 12, Harold Prochik, Sebastian Fremont for HRT Performance. Row 13, Georgi Donchev and Zoran Spreng for Black Falcon Racing. And on row 14, Jonas Greif and Jan-Erik Sloten, the Pro-Am Championship leader at the moment. Christoph Langer, Ahmad Al-Shihab line up on row 15. And on row 16, the back row of the grid, it's Kai Pfister. Holger Harvison, we welcome back Holger after injury earlier on in the season. He came back at Sachsenring, and it's great to see him finishing the season in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. So, formation lap is underway. Well, it's almost complete. Larry Tenforder bringing the cars back to the grid. And in a moment, it will fall very, very quiet. And then the noise will arrive and the excitement will start. It is 30 minutes of racing plus one lap ahead of us. Larry Tenforder, the outgoing champion, looking to finish his season on a high. Jan-Erik Sloten with all the work to do. He leads the point standing in the Pro-Am category by 18 points from Carlos Rivas, but he is starting a long way back and has to fight his way through the field. The rest of the cars are now just making their way on there. Carlos Rivas, you can almost see the nerves. He is the most successful Pro-Am driver in the history of Carrera Cup Germany, but he still gets nervous, and he desperately wants to retain the title for 2022. So cars are all in position. We wait for clearance from the back that all is good, and then in a few moments those lights will come off. Come on, when they go off, we will be racing. It is race 15 of a 16 race season. Larry Tenforder steps off pole position. Bastian Buus sliding into second. Loic Hartog in third. So the cars making it around what is a troublesome turn one, a corner that also caused controversy in terms of track limits. Now keep an eye on Alex Tauscher having a look on the inside of Lauren Heinrich. So Tauscher moving his way through, but it's Larry Tenforder who leads the way from Bastian Buus and Loic Hartog. The rest of the cars scrapping over the positions. Huub van Eindhoven getting a little bit mugged by the pack. It looks like Lorcan Hannafin is already up with him. Lorcan Hannafin making great progress up through the pack, doing exactly what he needs to do. Into the hairpin we come. As Larry Tenforder leading the way. Now three abreast in there. And Huub van Eindhoven just smoking the brakes slightly. Lorcan Hannafin on the inside. So Lorcan Hannafin with his rival alongside him. It is a drag up towards turn 7 under braking. Dylan Pereira challenging for the 4th place. We're trying to keep an eye up and down the pack. Larry Tenforder though leading the way. Alex Tauscher, great start from him, mugging Lauren Heinrich, and not often you see Lauren Heinrich that far back in the pack. The rest of them coming through. One of the GP Elite cars going wide, that is Van Kuyk. But we all settle down as Larry Tenforder leading the way. Maurice Schuring looking to the outside. There's Rudy Van Buren also looking to come through the pack. And it looks like they've all made it round the first few corners. So out of turn 17 and on to the pit straight we come. It is Larry Tenforder who will lead the way. And I spoke too soon, didn't I? Because that's Zoran Sprang who's come to a stop out on the track. He's got it going again. And it looks like he's had a bit of a moment. Now, looks like the car is able to get back running. So a spin for Zoran Sprang. Looked like he was going around again there, didn't it? It is Larry Tenforder from Bastian Buus, Loic Hartog, Dylan Pereira, Alex Tauscher. Great stuff from him. Lauren Heinrich down to 6th place. Glenn Van Parijs doing very well in 7th place, ahead of Lorcan Hannafin, who has jumped his championship rival, Huub van Eindhoven. So looking at the Pro-Am category as well, that is Jan-Erik Sloten. He's down in 28th position, and he has got a lot of work to do there because Carlos Rivas is up in 21st. Around the hairpin we go once again. There's a tag, and that is a car that looked like Sebastian Freimut to me, pointing in the wrong direction. Yes, it is. So Sebastian Freimut with a bit of contact. He spins it around. It doesn't look as though there has been any damage. Just looking at the timing screen, and Ahmad Al-Shihab has picked up a 5-second penalty for an inaccurate starting position at the start of this race. So the 84 car has a 5-second penalty. Lucas Oertel with all sorts of cars lining up behind him in 15th place. Lucas Oertel currently with a lot of pressure at the front of that queue. He had a bit of drama and some damage in free practice earlier this week. As we look at a replay down towards the hairpin, not a lot happened there on that particular occasion. Here comes our race leader, Larry Tenforder, Bastian Buus. They've broken away a little bit from Loic Hartog in 3rd place. He has got his mirrors full of Dylan Pereira. But the first two now breaking clear, and this will allow Bastian Buus to put a bit of pressure on to Larry Tenforder without the risk of losing the position, because of course they've broken clear, and Hartog currently having to fight to keep Dylan Pereira behind him. So we'll have another look at the start, and it was Larry Tenforder who got away cleanly. Bastian Buus who moved across in front of Loic Hartog. And the rest of the cars making it around. The view from Huub van Eindhoven did not have the best of getaways. He got caught up behind Dylan Pereira, and a little bit of contact, and that is going to be why Lauren Heinrich dropped that position early on. Looking back from Carlos Rivas, the challenger and defending Pro-Am champion, and now looking forwards from Carlos Rivas doing what he needs to do. Ahmed Al-Shihab, the driver who's picked up the 5-second penalty. An awful lot of rubbing goes on in the opening stage of this race. This is Lorcan Hannafin, and you can see his eyes looking in all directions. A great start from him, exactly what he needed to keep his rookie championship back on track. And this was a look down at the hairpin, and that was the Iron Force Racing by Phoenix car getting together with Zoran Spreng, and it was Jan-Erik Sloten. So the driver who is leading the Pro-Am Championship standings, not doing his championship hopes any good at all by getting together. Now, whether there's any damage to the 96 car remains to be seen. He's continuing in 25th place, but that's exactly what he needed to avoid. Carlos Rivas just trying to keep out of trouble as well. He knows that the battle that he is fighting is not the one that the cars around him are necessarily fighting. And there is a replay of Lorcan Hannafin and Huub van Eindhoven fighting for that rookie championship lead. And that was Zoran Spreng spinning around, and Sebastian Framer. Also a replay of him spinning around. Like Georgi Donchev was involved there as well. So the hairpin, always a spot that creates drama. Now, car 96, drive-through penalty. Jan-Erik Sloten has picked up a drive-through penalty for pushing another car. This is very significant because Jan-Erik Sloten is the man who is leading the championship in the Pro-Am standings, and that is exactly what he didn't need. This is Christmas for Carlos Rivas, his main championship rival. He was 18 points behind coming into this race, and suddenly Jan-Erik Sloten is going to drop to the back of the pack. Carlos Rivas breathes a sigh of relief. If he can keep things in this direction and win the Pro-Am race, he will make a massive jump in the championship standings. You can see confirmation of Ahmed Al-Shihab, who had that 5-second time penalty for starting in the wrong position. But high drama in terms of the championship for Jan-Erik Sloten and Carlos Rivas. You can see that was the standings coming into this race. If things finish as they are, Rivas will have taken a little bit of space out of Jan-Erik Sloten, but that drive-through penalty will change everything. Looking back towards the front of the race, it is Larry Tenford who leads the way from Bastian Boos. Luc Hartog has broken a little bit clear of Dylan Pereira. Lauren Heinrich has found a route back past Alex Tauscher. Now Lorcan Hannafin very much in the battles. Glenn Van Parijs, the guesting number 45 car, the next man up the road. Hannafin looks like he's about to dispatch him. He does exactly that. So Lorcan Hannafin picking up another place. Alex Tauscher, of course, a rookie. He would like to get past Tauscher because that will be more points as he looks to extend his lead at the top of the rookie standings. Glenn Van Parijs, well, he's returned to Carrera Cup Germany for the first time since 2018, and it's like he's never been away, isn't it? Huub van Eindhoven is caught up further back. Maurice Scheuring has found a route past Huub van Eindhoven. So his day is going from bad to worse as he tries to close in on Lorcan Hannafin in the rookie championship standings. So we're looking down there at Lorcan Hannafin, out of turn 17 on to the pit straight. Next up ahead of him is Alex Tauscher. And there we go, there's the update. If the race were to finish now, it would be 9 points between them. Tomorrow, there will be 25 points remaining. So it will go all the way to tomorrow. But Lorcan Hannafin just trying to stretch his legs at the front of the rookie championship coming into this race. It was a 6-point advantage. Here comes Sloten into the pits for his drive-through penalty. Oh, this is going to sting really badly because he can feel that Pro-Am Championship slipping away slightly as he visits the pit lane, and that was the reason why it was the contact into the hairpin. Exactly what he didn't want to do, getting involved with the Zoran sprint car. And the stewards have taken a look and decided that was completely avoidable. And Georgi Donchev was on the outside of that. And he got involved as well. And that has seen Donchev retire to the pits. Right back at the lead battle, Larry Tenforder leading the way. Bastian Boos not giving him any breathing space at all. Lauren Heinrich now monstering Dylan Pereira. So after a slow start for Heinrich and a little bit of contact, he's continued to push his way forwards. Hu van Eindhoven having now been passed by Maurice Schuring, and also Glenn van Parijs there as well. So Maurice Schuring is moving forwards. Hu van Eindhoven in his debut year in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, really working hard to clinch that rookie championship, but Lorcan Hannafin is up ahead of him and is going to stretch his legs at the front of the championship standings if things stay as they are now. But Maurice Schuring is the man on a mission. He's up to 8th place, relegating Glenn van Parijs in the number 45 car. Hu van Eindhoven will be putting the pressure on Van Parijs. These are two drivers who have fought many battles together in the past, now together in Carrera Cup Germany. A little over 19 minutes plus 1 lap of this race remaining. Larry Tenforder leading Bastian Boos by a little under 0.7 of a second into the hairpin. Luke Hartog in 3rd place. He's dropped back from the lead battle, but doesn't look to be under any great threat now. Hu van Eindhoven moves to the inside of the 45 car. So Glenn van Parijs relegated a position. Now Hu van Eindhoven can see Maurice Schuring ahead of him. So Eindhoven wants to challenge Maurice Schuring, but doesn't want to let the Glenn van Parijs car through. So Hu van Eindhoven just slowly picking it back up. But he really ideally needs to get past Lorcan Hannafin to have any chance of winning this rookie championship. Maurice Schuring at the front of that queue. Then there is Hu van Eindhoven. Then Glenn van Parijs, Rudy van Buren in there as well. Yukon Gvori at the back of that queue of cars. But Maurice Schuring, the driver who is moving forwards as well. One of the real chargers, part of the talent pool that is coached by Wolf Hensler. And a great job they do too in the talent pool, bringing these drivers forwards. Look at Dylan Pereira now coming under pressure from Lauren Heinrich. So the new champion of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany now looking at 4th place. And Dylan Pereira not really showing the sort of pace that he has enjoyed early on in the season at the front of that group of cars. There is Pereira, Heinrich. Rest of the cars coming through. That is Hu van Eindhoven in the number 29 car. Somebody has picked up a bit of dirt. There's some dust flying through the air. The incident with car 31, Sebastian Freeman, will be investigated after the race. As we approach the halfway point, it's still Larry Tenforder who starts from pole position. Bastian Boos in 2nd, Luke Hartog in 3rd. Then this battle is raging. Dylan Pereira, Lauren Heinrich, Alex Tauscher, Lorcan Hannafin, all drivers looking to move forwards. Dylan Pereira, potentially the one that is struggling for pace the most at the moment. Lauren Heinrich, the driver who has been on a different level this year. The new Porsche junior driver, we shouldn't call it new anymore, he's been that all year, hasn't he? Lauren Heinrich, the Porsche junior driver, currently in 5th place. Alex Tauscher following him. But Alex Tauscher, he's a driver who has improved every race this season, getting stronger and stronger, picked up many good positions throughout the season. 7th place, I'm just looking to see, is his best? No, he's had a 5th place. That was back at Zandvoort, wasn't it? So Alex Tauscher looking to improve on that, currently in 6th. So certainly making great progress. And the leading rookie, our leading Pro-Am driver, as Lauren Heinrich gets up onto 2 wheels, bumping across the curbs. Our leading Pro-Am driver, Carlos Rivas, 22nd on the track. And after that drive-through penalty, Jan-Erik Sloten all the way down in 29th place. And He is 5th place in category. So it will allow Carlos Rivas to close in. Rivas, who wondered whether the championship might be gone after a difficult time at Lausitzring earlier in the season, now closing back in. Here we have challenge for position is Lauren Heinrich to the inside of Dylan Pereira under braking. Pereira tries to switch back as they come out of the hairpin. Now the drag race along towards turn 7 and then heavy braking into turn 8. Heinrich will have the inside into turn 8. He goes very wide. Pereira takes that position away. A little bit of a squeeze from Pereira. He holds on to that 4th place. But still, Lauren Heinrich looking eager. Alex Tauscher ready to pounce. And it's great to see Tauscher looking really aggressive. But look who's behind them. Lorcan Hannafin loitering in the wings, ready to challenge for that position, especially if any of these cars in front should get together. It's Pereira in 4th place. Heinrich 5th, Tauscher in 6th, Hannafin in 7th. We are past the halfway point of this race. Larry Tenforder leading by 0.7 of a second from Bastian Boost. But this is the fight for 4th place that we are focusing on. And as Lauren Heinrich has to defend, he drops back slightly. Lorcan Hannafin pretty scruffy out of 17. Alex Tauscher aggressive driving over the curbs, monstering that car. See Lorcan Hannafin looking down, looking to the left, looking to the right, full concentration. The British driver who has been something of a sensation this year, on the brink of potentially sealing the Rookie Championship, currently circulating in 7th place, 2nd in the rookie standings within this race. Looking down towards the hairpin. There's 1st and 2nd disappearing off to the left. There is Luke Hartog in 3rd on his own. Then Dylan Pereira and a challenge for position. That looked like Morris Schering finding a route past Lorcan Hannafin. Hannafin's going to come back at him, but Morris Schering just picking up the places. Going forward, Hannafin comes forward, squeezes Morris Schering, retakes that position. And Lorcan Hannafin holds on to 7th place, but it's a brave man who gives even half a gap to Morris Schering, because he's going to take it. Now Huub van Eindhoven trying to take advantage of Morris Schering running wide. Also in the background, Glenn van Parijs. But Huub van Eindhoven can see his championship rival up ahead, needs to get after him. Morris Schering back in the position that he was in a lap ago after that challenge of Lorcan Hannafin for 7th place. Also closing in behind them is Rudy Van Buren at the back of that queue. Another driver who you write off at your peril. There's the 3rd place Hartog coming through. Then the 4th place Pereira. Still 12.5 minutes plus 1 lap remaining. Look at Van Eindhoven monstering that car over the curbing. They build them strong at Porsche. These cars made to really use the curbs, use all of the track. Track limits, always an issue in Carrera Cup Germany. We've had no notifications of any at the moment, which is always good news. That's Morris Schering who's got it all wrong. He's gone off-road, the car gets airborne. He spins around somehow. He's avoided everybody else, so he tries to rejoin, but a big moment for Morris Schering from 8th place, and that's going to promote Van Eindhoven up to 8th place and behind Lorcan Hannafin. But a big, scary moment for Morris Schering there. He rejoins further back. Hopefully we'll see a replay of that. But Morris Schering getting it all wrong as we ride on board with Carlos Rivas, currently the leading Pro-Am driver, 1st in category. And Jan-Erik Sluten still in 5th in category, and Morris Schering, I wonder whether he's got some damage after that. The cars are strong, but getting that level of air. Let's have another look here, see what happened. He just went out wide on his own, got out onto the dirt. The car getting all 4 wheels off the ground. Somehow, well, Jukka Honkavori probably had a bit of a brown alert, as indeed Rudy Van Buren, but they avoided him. And taking another look from a different angle, and that really was threading the eye of the needle, wasn't it? Weaving through the cars. Somehow somehow they avoided contact, and that would have been quite nasty at that speed. So this was the view that Hugh van Eindhoven had. He saw Schuring going wide, and at the corner of his eyes, he saw a car somewhere at about 10 foot in the air come clattering down, and Eindhoven said, I will have that very much. P8, that'll be mine. There's our race leader, Larry Tenforder. He's led every lap of this race so far. Bastian Boos trying everything to take the battle to him. Qualifying this morning was epic. The two drivers swapping fastest times lap after lap, and it eventually finished in favour of Larry Tenforder, the outgoing champion in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Luke Hartog in third place, Dylan Pereira in fourth, and Lauren Heinrich once again winding himself up for another assault on the Iron Force Racing by Phoenix car, the number 94 of Dylan Pereira. Dylan Pereira been a little bit subdued in the second half of the season, I would say, and suddenly he's on to Luke Hartog. So Pereira having a little look at the number 4 Black Falcon car, and Hartog goes wide, and Dylan Pereira now putting the heat on. But this allows Lauren Heinrich alongside. It is so easy to come undone. A little bit of contact, a little puff of blue smoke. It's as you were at the moment. But suddenly Hartog's podium position, his third place looking very much under threat. Very much the piano accordion effect into the corners. 1 minute, one car is closer. The next minute, he's dropped back and the car behind is closer. But you can see from your graphic there that Lauren Heinrich has been closing in on Dylan Pereira fairly consistently. And Luke Hartog in third place, holding off the pressure from behind at the moment. There's a sense that this could all explode in a moment. Tauscher still the leading rookie. Rivas still the leading Pro-Am driver. Here we go. Hartog in third. Pereira, Heinrich, Tauscher, Hannafin, Van Eindhoven running together. Rudy Van Buren in there as well. Hannafin a little bit further back from Tauscher at the moment. Round the hairpin once again. Dylan Pereira, yes, that is how you pronounce it, the request of his family. Dylan Pereira holding off Lauren Heinrich, the new champion in 2022 of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Alex Tauscher just there at the moment, currently looking for what would be his second rookie win of the season. Lorcan Hannafin has 5, Hugh van Eindhoven has 6 rookie wins this season. Alex Fack has 2, and he has been very quiet in this race. He's down in 16th place at the moment, so Alex Fack not really enjoying a great deal of success in this, the first race of the weekend here at the Hockenheimring. Race 15 of a 16-race season. It is still all to play for. And still, Luke Hartog holding off 4th place Dylan Pereira, and we think there may be something left. The Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup champion for 2022, Dylan Pereira, still looking for a podium position. But Luke Hartog, a hard man to pass on a good day, a driver who has found a little bit more form as this season has progressed. A little bit frustrated not to be in the main championship hunt in the latter part of the season, but still very much enjoying his racing and looking for those podiums, still looking for that elusive first win. And that is a long way ahead of him at the moment, because Larry Tenforder and Bastian Boos have about 9.4 seconds on Luke Hartog. And Dylan Pereira is pushing him all the way. Less than 7 minutes plus 1 lap of this race remaining. Ariel Levy has dropped down a couple of places. So Jesse Van Kijk and Alex Fack have found a route past. Levy's down to P16. Carlos Rivas continues as the leading Pro-Am driver. Jan-Erik Sloten still continues in 5th place in the Pro-Am category. You can hear me counting there, couldn't you? He is down 28th place overall on the track. This is the fight that has been raging on all race long. Luke Hartog with Dylan Pereira behind him, Lauren Heinrich and Alex Tauscher, Lorcan Hannafin in the background. All Hannafin needs to do is finish in front of Hugh van Eindhoven, and he will extend that points gap It will take it to the final race tomorrow. But Lorcan Hannafin looking very strong. He's worked his way forwards, having started 9th on the grid. Eindhoven started 6th. But now the positions are swapped, and it's Hannafin who leads Eindhoven. A little over 5.5 minutes, a little under 5.5 minutes, plus 1 lap remaining. Car number 19 and 14 have to change position, so that has come up on our timing screens. Car number 9, Lorcan Hannafin, and car number 14 have to change positions. I don't know how long that has been up there. It has been up there a while, so I think that was prior to the incident that we saw with car 14, which is Maurice Schuring. So don't panic. That was an earlier message that has just popped up on my timing screen, but it was posted a while ago. You can see the driver classification. If the race finishes as it is now, Carlos Rivas will be just 4 points behind Jan-Erik Sloten in the Pro-Am standings. That really will take it down to the very end of the last race, which is tomorrow. And that will be very exciting indeed. So less than 4.5 minutes remaining. It is still Larry Tenforder from Bastian Boos, Luke Hartog in 3rd place, Dylan Pereira in 4th. There's Ahmad Al-Shihab, a driver who has a big following in Q8. We know a lot of them are going to be joining us tomorrow to watch this race, and a very welcome addition to the ranks for Cartech Motorsport by Nigrin. Ahmed Al-Shihab, who has had a great season here in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, currently circulating in 25th position, but 2nd in class in the Pro-Am category. Behind him is Christoph Langer. But we look forward to welcoming Ahmad's fans tomorrow as well. Great to see Porsche Carrera Cup Germany is followed around the world. And in Q8, we also have, of course, a driver from Israel in the shape of Ariel Levy, currently running in 16th place. So a really multinational series. And now a change of position, is it? It is Alex Tauscher challenging, but Luke Hartog's had all sorts of problems. So Hartog has dropped. It looks like Pereira has found a route past, but Heinrich has followed him through as well. So Luke Hartog has dropped down the order, now coming into the clutches of Alex Tauscher. So having held on to that 3rd position for so long, with 3 minutes plus 1 lap remaining, Luke Hartog losing positions, but Dylan Pereira a very wide line out of the corner, and that might attract the attention of the stewards. But Pereira now up into that 3rd place. Heinrich has followed him through, but Hartog clearly struggling with grip here, because Alex Tauscher now pushing Luke Hartog all of the way. So Hartog, he looks so good for a podium position for so long. Alex Tauscher, a man who really has the bit between his teeth this weekend. The leading rookie driver, Lorcan Hannafin, just behind him, still looking to steal a position away. But Huub van Eindhoven, behind Lorcan Hannafin, will have any opportunity, and he will be through. So Hartog pulls it all together, but he's lost 2 positions. It's Dylan Pereira who is through and into the last of the podium positions. The new champion, Lauren Heinrich, in 4th place. Luke Hartog in 5th. Larry Tenforder still leads the way at the front. Lorcan Hannafin doing what he needs to do. He would dearly love to get past Tauscher, because those extra points would help immensely. But at the moment, he's still in front of Huub van Eindhoven, and that's all that matters to him. Larry Tenforder, you can see the gap that he and Bastian Boos have over 3rd place. Dylan Pereira going very deep into the hairpin of turn 6, and out they go under acceleration. Dylan Pereira still holding off Lauren Heinrich, but Heinrich pushing forwards. Now let's have another look and let's see what happened. Hartog locking up a wheel into turn 2 and leaving a gap on the inside, and that was the only invitation that Pereira needed, and he was through. So that was a big lock-up from Luke Hartog. That would have flat spotted his tyres, and that would explain why he's really struggled to defend his position. He'll be pleased to see the end of this race with tyres that are probably shaped like 50 pence pieces. The driver that started on pole position and has led all of the way. Larry Tenforder ahead of Bastian Buus. You can see the gap has opened up to 2.8 seconds. Third place, Dylan Pereira, now with Lauren Heinrich pressuring him all the way. Then a gap back to Luke Hartog with those flat-spotted tyres. Alex Tauscher there, Lorcan Hannafin, Hu van Eindhoven, and then a gap back to Rudy van Buren. A black and white flag has been shown to Dylan Pereira for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. He won't pick up a penalty, but it is a warning. If he gets many more of those, he may see himself on the wrong end of a penalty. Lauren Heinrich, though, pressuring him in the closing stages of this race. Dylan Pereira holding on for all he's worth. Those tyres clearly are struggling. They head along the parabolica up towards the hairpin. Heinrich looks to the inside. Under braking, he sees a gap, but he's going to go deep into the corner. Pereira does the switch back. The back end of the car slides around now. It is a drag race around turn 7 and up towards the braking of turn 8. Heinrich will have the inside line for turn 8, or will he? But Pereira just getting the drag race into turn 8. Heinrich looks to the outside, but still he's staring at the back of the number 94 car. The clock has struck 0, so soon Larry Tenforder will start the last lap of the race. We are looking at the fight for third. It was one that Luke Hartog had for so much of the race, but now Dylan Pereira and Lauren Heinrich found a route through after that lockup. We're looking at a replay into the hairpin. Heinrich had the inside. Look at the back end slide around. I think Dylan Pereira would have been using the handbrake if he had one to get the car turned around, and then it was the drag race around the fairly flat out turn 7 and then up towards turn 8 under braking. But Lauren Heinrich doing all that he can to try and find that route past the Iron Force Racing by Phoenix car. But Dylan Pereira, a wily old dog, there's a reason why he is the brand new Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup champion, and that is because he knows how to fight. Another driver who knows how to fight, the outgoing champion of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, the most successful driver in Carrera Cup Germany history, Larry Tenforder, around the hairpin for the last time today before the final race tomorrow. It's Tenforder leading the way. Bastian Buus seemingly second for second, but I don't think Lauren Heinrich has settled for fourth. It's as you were, an almost repeat of the previous lap, but this time Heinrich gets the advantage out of the hairpin, and now Pereira is going to try and come back at him, and round to turn 7 they go, and then under braking into turn 8, but this time Heinrich is the one who has that racing line. He slams the door in the face of Dylan Pereira, and the new champion of Carrera Cup Germany 2022 looks to have a podium unless Pereira can do something about it in the last few corners. The driver who has led every single lap of this race, having started from pole position, Larry Tenforder out to turn 17 onto the pit straight, winning race 15 of a 16 race season. Bastian Buus, he did all that he could, but eventually crossing the line in second place, some 3.8 seconds behind. Then we're going to have a bit of a wait here until Lauren Heinrich comes out of the final corner, nicking it from Dylan Pereira in the absolute closing stages. And then it's Luke Hartog. He'll be pleased to see the checkered flag. Alex Tauscher, great job from him, the leading rookie, ahead of Lorcan Hannafin, who finishes ahead of Hu van Eindhoven in 8th place. So Hannafin will extend that championship lead in the rookie standings. We're keeping an eye on the Pro-Am drivers as they cross the line. It is Carlos Rivas who crosses the line as the leading Pro-Am driver. And Jan-Erik Schloten, after that drive-through penalty, crossing the line 28th overall and 5th in category in the Pro-Am standing. So Jan-Erik Schloten, not the race he was hoping for, because Carlos Rivas will have closed in the Pro-Am standings. Both championships are going to go to the final race tomorrow. It's going to be a white-knuckle ride, biting the fingernails to the bone. Schloten with only a marginal lead over Carlos Rivas in the Pro-Am standings. And that is going to be very exciting for the final race of the season, as indeed it will be for the rookie standings. But Alex Tauscher, I'd say driver of the day from him through into 6th place. Looking at a replay of Pereira and Heinrich into the hairpin. Some wonderful drifting. It is a very tight corner. Even running around it, it felt like a tight corner. Driving around it, almost a 3-point turn. There was a looking back at Heinrich from the perspective of Dylan Pereira. But great racing, great clean racing from these drivers. And there was Larry Tenforder taking the checkered flag ahead of Bastian Boos and Lauren Heinrich a long way back. And there we go, a replay again of the race winner. Yet another win for Larry Tenforder. He must have a humongously large trophy cabinet because he has had so many wins again this year. And that's another one he adds. And rumour has it he might be starting from pole position again tomorrow, so it could be 2 out of 2 yet again. 19 laps in the book. It's Larry Tenforder who wins from Bastian Boos, Lauren Heinrich, Dylan Pereira, Luke Hartog in 5th after that lockup, then Alex Tauscher, Lorcan Hannafin and Hu van Eindhoven running out of top 8, but it's Tauscher, Hannafin, Eindhoven, the 1, 2, 3 in the rookies, then Rudy van Buren, Glenn van Parijs, the guesting driver ahead of Jukka Honkavori, Lucas Ertel, Jesse van Kijk, Alex Fack in the rookie standings ahead of Gisele Cordiel and Ariel Levy. And then 17th, Richard Wagner, Lucas Grunevel, Dan van Kijk, Harold Prochik, and then the leading Pro-Am driver, Carlos Rivas, in 21st place, the leading Pro-Am driver ahead of Jonas Greif, Jan Seifert, Sebastian Framer. Christoph Langer was 2nd in the Pro-Am standings, and Ahmad Al-Shihab, a 3rd place for him. Good result for Ahmad Al-Shihab. But the overall winner, Larry Tenforder, receiving congratulations from the crew at GP Elite. Bastian Boos did all that he could, still looking for his 2nd win of the season. And there is confirmation of the points. Of course, Heinrich had it all sewn up at the end of Sachsenring back in September, but still racing very much for the wins. And Dylan Pereira, well, he slipped back from Larry Tenforder. It looked like he might be in a position to nick 2nd place at one point, but Larry Tenforder has opened up that gap on account of that race win. So into Parc Fermé, and we will shortly await the drivers on to the podium. It has been a glorious sunny day here. We were expecting rain this morning during qualifying. It never turned up. As actually the temperature has risen, and it is 90 degrees centigrade here. The very large crowd that have turned up here at the Hockenheimring, and it is a very big crowd, have been thoroughly entertained as the brand new 2022 champion in Carrera Cup Germany, Lauren Heinrich, comes home in 3rd place for SSR Huber Racing. Of course, we must mention SSR Huber also winning the team championship at Sachsenring last time out. 2nd place, Allied Racing's Bastian Boos, the tsunami that has hit Carrera Cup Germany. He came from Carrera Cup Benelux, and he takes no prisoners as he completes his 2nd season in Carrera Cup Germany. But the veteran, the man who is the outgoing champion, Larry Tenforder for Team GP Elite, winning race 15 of the season. So entertaining racing, the penultimate race of the season, but don't forget, we do it all again tomorrow. And the identity of the rookie champion and the Pro-Am champion will be decided tomorrow, because it will be the last race of the season, and we are thoroughly looking forward to that. The season kicked off at Spa-Francorchamps back in May. Where has the time gone? It has flown past, and it was there that Lauren Heinrich laid down the marker, and he took 2 wins from pole position of both races, and then he went on to win 6 other races throughout the season, and that secured him the title of champion for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. The defending champion Larry Tenforder finding the early part of the season difficult, but picking up the pace as the season went on, but a little too late to challenge for the championship here at the Hockenheimring. There's the rest of the standings scrolling through, and of course Carlos Rivas also scoring points in the Pro-Am standings as well. And that will be a championship that will go all the way to the wire. There is Larry Tenforder just in the cool-down area, getting ready to jump up onto the podium in just a few moments, and he will be very happy about that. His 4th win of the season, which actually by his standards is quite a low win count, but it's certainly the second half of the season where he has really found a bit of pace and picked things up a bit. And there is Lauren Heinrich, the 2022 champion in the green and black. A driver who was always there or thereabouts, but something happened over the winter. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was becoming the Porsche Junior, but he was a man reborn when he turned up at Spa-Francorchamps. Going up Eau Rouge and Radion, he was the only driver who didn't touch the brake lights when I was watching. And he's carried that form all the way through the season to take the championship. On this instance, he takes 3rd in this race. Bastian Boos, watch out. You think he's good now? Imagine what he's going to be like when he's got a few more races under his belt. 2nd place. And the veteran, the outgoing champion, but still the man to beat, Larry Tenforder to the top step. And now the national anthem. National anthem done for the penultimate time this season. The question is, will it be the Dutch national anthem again tomorrow? There's Hurry Isaac, project manager of customer sport Porsche, a real character and a guy who's really worked so hard for this series, presenting the trophy to Lauren Heinrich. Thomas Loudenbach, the Vice President of Motorsport at Porsche AG. Points at Bastian Boos. Look at this guy, he says. But they're still having to work hard. I don't know what they're looking at. It says 2nd. That is correct. The guy that they still have to beat, Larry Tenforder. There aren't many race weekends that go by where he's not on the podium. He receives the winning trophy. A solid, dominant job from Larry Tenforder. He did all that he needed to do, but he looked after the tyres. He didn't overcook them and leave the door open for Bastian Boos. Team GP Elite receiving a trophy as the winning team. The pose for photographs before the celebrations will commence. The penultimate race of the season done and dusted. You can see that Larry Tenforder, not quite the height of his competitors. Maybe that's his advantage. So, grab the champagne, run for cover. The celebrations start to conclude race 15 of the season. There is still one more race to go. The Pro-Am Championship. Jan-Erik Sloten versus Carlos Rivas. The Rookie Championship. Lorcan Hannafin versus Hu van Eindhoven. It will be settled tomorrow. Join us for the last race of the season. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.